ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Manhattan High School's Performing Arts Department production of The Drowsy Chaperone. All alums of the Manhattan High Productions, please stand and let us acknowledge your contributions in previous years. To thank several people for their contributions to our show, which did not make the program. They include Emma Lansdowne for student directing, Limit Lee, Mrs. Chris Harolds for set painting. Please take this time to silence all noise-making devices and note your nearest exit. For the safety of the actors, no flash or video photography, and avoid texting during the performance. There will be one 15-minute intermission between Act 1 and 2. During intermission, we invite you to the lobby for refreshments and $2 vintage thespian t-shirts. Donations for concessions will benefit our MHS thespian troupe. Thank you and enjoy the show.
I hate theater. Well, it's so disappointing, isn't it? You know what I do when I'm sitting in a darkened theater waiting for the show to begin? I pray. Oh, dear God, please let it be a good show. And let it be short. Oh, Lord in heaven, please. 2 hours is fine. 3 hours is too much. And keep the actors out of the audience. I didn't pay good money to have the fourth wall come crashing down around my ears. I just want a good story and a few good songs that will take me away. I just want to be entertained. I mean, that's the point, isn't it? Amen. You know, there was a time when people sat in darkened theaters and thought to themselves, what have George and Ira Gershwin got for us tonight? Or, can Cole Porter pull it off again? Can you imagine? Now it's, please, Elton John, must we continue this charade? It used to be being there in the dark. You knew that when the show began, you'd be taken to another world. A world full of color and music and glamour. And you thought to yourself, my God, when are they going to bring up the lights? Oh, how things have changed. Hello. How are we today? I'm feeling a little blue myself. You know, a little anxious for no particular reason. A little sad that I should feel anxious at this age. You know, a little self-conscious anxiety resulting in non-specific sadness. A state that I call blue. Anyway, whenever I'm feeling this way, blue, I like to listen to my music. So I was going through my records this morning. Oh, yes, records. And I was about to put on a soundtrack recording of Meredith Willson's The Music Man. I had a craving for a young Ronnie Howard. But then I said, no, let's have a treat. Let's disappear for a while into the decadent world of the 1920s, when the champagne flowed while the caviar chilled and all the world was a party. For the wealthy, anyway. So I dug about, and what did I find? But one of my favorite shows, Gable and Stein's The Drowsy Chaperone. Remember? Music by Julie Gable, lyrics by Sidney Stein. It's a 2-record set, remastered from the original recording made in 1928. It's the full show, with the original cast, including Beatrice Stockwell as the chaperone. Isn't she elegant? And this is a full 15 years before she became Dame. Can you believe it? Let me read to you what it says on the back. It says, mix-ups, mayhem, and a gay wedding. Of course, gay wedding has a different meaning now. But back then, it just meant fun. And that's exactly what this show is. Fun. So, would you indulge me? If you have to play it up before you now, I was hoping you would say yes. You hear that static? I love that sound. To me, it's the sound of a time machine starting up. All right, now, let's visualize. Imagine, if you will, it's November 1928. You've just arrived at the doors of the Roscoe Theater in New York. It's very cold. Remember when it used to be cold in November? Not anymore. November's the new August. It's global warming. We're all doomed. Anyway, it's very cold, and a heavy gray sleet is falling from the sky. But you don't care, because you're going to see a Broadway show. Listen. Isn't this wonderful? It helps if you close your eyes. Overtures are out of style now. I miss them. It was a show's way of welcoming you. Hello. Welcome. The meal will be served shortly, but in the meantime, would you like an appetizer? That's exactly what an overture is. A musical appetizer. A cuckoo platter of tunes, if you will. Maybe involving pirates. Don't worry, there are no pirates. All right, here it comes. The moment when the music starts to build. And you are only seconds away from being transported. The curtain is going up. Oh, I can't wait.
It's a miracle, madam. Yes, your dress, fancy dress, with pleasure, arrogant, restoring and repairing. God bless your dress, it's one fine dress, and I will tell you why you put it on. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will chime, banners on the horse beside its happy wedding time. Wedding bells will ring, wedding bells will gong, wedding bells will ding-a-ling, and we will ding along. Your fancy dress, very, very glad you put it on. Wedding dress
tasters posing as pastry chefs, a flaky Maureen, a Latin America, and an Aviatrix, what we now call a lesbian. And of course, my favorite character, the Drowsy Chaperone. What more could you need for an evening's entertainment? How about the chorus? Here they come.
Who also happens to be the largest single investor in Feldzieg's funds. He has sent us here
as pastry chefs
to express his concerns about Miss Vandergraff's impending nuptials. Specifically, that if she gets married and leaves the show, then there ain't no show.
Say, don't I know you?
No, you don't.
Have you ever spent any time in Toledo?
Have you ever spent any time in a coma?
No, but I was in Seattle.
have my word.
Oh, we'll take your word, all right.
But to go back on that word would be a recipe for disaster. Now, we hope we have made ourselves perfectly acclaimed.
One can only hope.
Stop, King. A trifle much? Don't talk with me.
All right. You can drop the pastry chef routine.
But alas, we cannot.
We're on the land.
Name's an entree in that room.
The gangsters were played by interchangeable vaudeville duo, the Tall Brothers, John and Peter Tall. They were born Abram and Mindelmoss Loskowitz, but were renamed at Ellis Island by a sarcastic immigration official. They were an early example of a typical Broadway gangster, full of wordplay and stylized movements. Not very intimidating, unless you find dancers intimidating, which I do, but for reasons that would not be appropriate to this situation.
We'll leave the matter in your hands, Mr. Feldzieg. In the meantime, feel free to browse the exhibit carousel.
Try the Toledo surprise. It's to die for.
Very perceptive. Now, go pound your face. I've got to stop this wedding. But how? How? Oh, Lord in heaven, how? How?
I always thought that moment was a little overplayed. So, with the show well on its way, let's go to the groom's room.
Hey there, handsome. Show me those pearly whites.
The groom was played by the dashing Percy Hyman. He started out as the Albright toothpaste man. Albright was hugely popular in the early 20s because it contained cocaine. It's true. If you look at the label, it was the fifth ingredient down, right after sugar. Anyway, it wasn't long before he became a huge matinee idol.
No, don't you worry. It's perfectly normal for a groom to be nervous on his wedding day. It is? Goes.
Now, I love Percy Hyman. Some people say he was a bad actor. But to those people I say, shut up.
Hey there, Mr. Mirror Man, shaking and a-quaking, trembling like them fraidy cats do. Something big be bothering you. Cold feet, brother, you got cold feet. You can make them cold feet hot with a little rhythm. Young feet, old feet, carry uncontrolled feet. Rhythm make them cold feet strut down the aisle. Cross the arches, they can learn to swing. Icy toes can jive. Wedding marches played in ragtime swing. Make frigid souls come alive and take that dive. Cold feet, small feet, turn them into bold feet. Rhythm make them cold feet.
You don't say. Well, why don't you just slime back in your mud hole, you backstabbing worm? Well, now we have to find another minister. Say, what are you up to?
I'm singing a song on Negro Talk. A Dixie remedy for one-day jitters.
You think you've got shitters? You've got the easy part. I've got to get the rice, the bouquets, and a minister. I've got the weight of the wedding on my shoulders.
George, it sounds like you got cold feet.
What do I got?
Cold feet.
What do I want?
Cold feet.
Oh my goodness, cold feet?
No!
them panting and sweating after a long day. He's still alive, you know. I saw him on the news recently, celebrating his 100th birthday. To say that the years had taken their toll on him would be a grotesque understatement. They wheeled him out, and he had that wide-eyed expression of pain, confusion, that God reserves for the very, very old on their birthdays. You know, the one that says, "Who are you? Who am I? And why is this cake on fire?" You know what I'm talking about? Anyway.
Well, that's enough of that dancing around like a fool.
Sorry, George. I'm just trying to calm my nerves. It's my wedding day, after all.
Well, tap dancing is too dangerous. You could have snapped an ankle. Here, why don't you go out for a skate instead? That's my plan to blow off some steam.
George, you think everything.
Oh. No. What was I thinking? You can't go out like that. You might see Janie. Here, put on this blindfold.
Oh, George, what would I do without you?
Just looking out for you, my boy. And remember, no more tap dancing. Wedding bells will ring. Wedding bells will chime. Wedding bells will celebrate.
Just ignore it. It does this occasionally. It rings. It will stop soon. Just ignore it. What? What do you want? Hello, you have reached my answering machine. Leave a short message after the tone, and I'll call you back at my convenience. Well, that's it. It's ruined. Thank you, life. It's like a cell phone going off in a theater. God, I hate that. Oh, hello, what are you doing? Oh, I'm just at the theater ruining the moment. How about you? Oh, I couldn't get out tonight, so I thought I'd ruin the moment by proxy. Sorry, let's just brush that off. Let's go back in our minds to 1928. They didn't have cell phones in 1928, but I'm sure they had something for the ruining of moments. Bugles or something.
Happy wedding time.
The scene shifts, and we find the Graaff, the glamorous Janet Vandergraaf, lounging by the pool as she entertains questions from the boarders.
Miss Vandergraaf, is it true you're giving up a successful career in show business to marry a man you hardly know?
Yes, Robert and I met on the Lido deck of the Ile des Trois. He amused me with stories of his father's oil interests. We spooned briefly. Then he proposed.
So you won't be returning to the stage, ever?
I shan't.
You shan't?
I shan't.
Can we quote you on that?
Of course. One more question. Yes.
Why in the world would anyone put olives in a Gibson?
There you are. I got a question for you. How can you give up the footlights when you know good and well you got grease paint in your veins?
Victor, please.
Oh, Janet, I'm begging you. Dump the mother. Stay with the Follies. I'll give you anything you want. Oh, fine. I'll put your name above mine on the marquee.
If you think this is about vanity, you couldn't be more wrong. I don't want to show off no more. I don't want to sing tunes no more. I don't want to ride
people read. She was billed as the girl whose sexual energy was so great it caused the men around her to have little accidents. Spill their drinks, drive their cars into trees. And she would go, oops. Well, I'm really not doing it justice. But people ate it up. She made a whole series of films. Oops, Oops Girl Come Home, and Oops Girl at Sea, which won an Oscar for special effects.
Okay. Begging and groveling didn't work. On to plan B. And for that, I'm going to need an accomplice. Someone gullible with loose morals. I need what do you call him? A European!
In walks Aldolpho, self-proclaimed ladies' man. Aldolpho is played by former silent film star and world-class alcoholic, Roman Bartelli. He was the one who drank himself to death at a chateau in Nice. Remember? It was 5 days before they found the body, and by that time had been partially consumed by his poodles. Well, it was only partially consumed.
Excuse me. I don't believe we've met.
I am Aldolpho.
You are Aldolpho.
Yes, I am Aldolpho.
Not the Aldolpho.
Yes, I am Aldolpho.
It's funny. You don't look like a scoundrel.
Yes. What?
Just now I overheard the group saying that Aldolpho is a scoundrel.
Aldolpho is a scoundrel.
Those very words.
Aldolpho is a scoundrel.
It's like I'm hearing it again.
This is outrageous. He is saying these two peoples, two beautiful ladies of Brest, for making a lab. Why? I must.
You must take matters into your own hands.
Yes, I must take this groom into my hands and kill him.
No! Don't kill him. Just hurt him enough so he can't get married.
Show me to this groom. What? What kind of man is this groom, a big man?
Well,
a burly fellow.
He's big on the outside.
No. Aldolpho will not fight big man. Small, fat, easy work Aldolpho can punch. Right away. But no big man.
So you're a lover, not a fighter.
Yes. Aldolpho is a beautiful love ladies. Some say I am the king of romance.
Well, you know what they say. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his
door.
No. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his
window.
No. The best way to get revenge on a man is through his...
Through his? There is no other ways. I am not Santa Claus. Nobody dare send me.
Through his woman. Yes, Aldolpho, you must seduce his woman.
Aldolpho will make you love. Right. Let us show people Aldolpho is no scoundrel. Show me to this bride. Wait! What kind of woman is this bride? A big woman?
No!
Burly woman?
No! She's the cat's pajamas.
Pajamas.
You know, a looker, an attractive woman.
Show me this cat's pajamas. Aldolpho will make her clothes.
Oh!
Like a cat's pajamas.
Oh, stop it!
Chewing the scenery. You certainly couldn't get away with a performance like that nowadays, could you? Mature, contemporary audiences are too sophisticated to enjoy broad racial stereotypes on the stage. So we banished them to Disney. Let the children sort it out.
Yes, madam.
The pastry chefs have been kind enough to provide liquor for tonight's party, but
Yes, madam.
It is prohibition after all.
I am aware of that, madam.
We can use code words. For instance, if someone asks for a glass of iced water, it really means they want a glass of vodka. Have you got that?
Yes, madam.
Are you sure? Maybe you should write it down.
I understand, madam. A glass of ice water is a glass of vodka.
It's a glass of ice
Vodka.
water. Ice water.
Vodka.
Ice
Vodka.
water. Oh, then that settles one less thing to do. Underling, might I please have a glass of ice water? I found our meeting with the pastry chefs rather trying, and I would really enjoy a nice, refreshing glass of ice water.
Your ice water, madam.
That was pure vodka, you poop!
I hate this scene.
Now I do need a glass of ice water.
A glass of ice water, madam.